So we're still in romantic terms, of course, and then we have prison as a situationship. This alone is temporary but necessary. This is really along the lines of a woman really believing that the man that she is with is and their relationship is actually going to turn into a long-term relationship leading to marriage. So she will compromise and and accept the situationship because she's living in a fantasy and aspiration, thinking that it's actually going to convert and turn into something else. Then when men go back and forth into prison, it's like a situationship. This is really the men who always go back and forth. It's temporary for them because people like myself, if I got to prison, I would be there forever. Not because I wanted to be, but I'm usually the type of person who would be kind of like a model type person, and they wouldn't let me out. I would have to spend my whole time there. They like the reckless, aggressive, violent, no true home training in their past, who go out, maybe stay for a good month and then come right back in. They want that person. Prisons love that person. And so the situationship, when you're thinking about it from temporary but necessary, is one of those things that men will move in with a woman, knowing good and well that he's not going to stay. One day she's going to come home and all his bags are packed and he's already left. So they will compromise the situation, compromise the woman, move in, get what they need for however long the woman will allow, and then leave out. They never had any intention of staying. So you got some people who go back and forth. They go back and forth because they know it's going to be like a temporary type situation, and it's necessary in that moment, in that season. It's like, don't you know that if you drink and drive, um, you're going to go to jail? You're going to get a ticket and go to jail. Why do you want to go to jail? Why would you? Going to jail really gets in the way of anything you're trying to accomplish. But it's temporary for whatever reason you're using it for temporary. It could be a situation where a person is using it to get out of the house. There's maybe some danger in the house, and um, and they'll do something so that they can go to jail. You have a lot of homeless people who would do something just to go to jail because then it takes them off the street for like 24 to 70, 48 to 72 hours. They can get a shower, they can get some food, and then they're released. Okay, well, prison for certain people is like that. They go back and forth. It's like the person who goes who shelter hops from one shelter to the next. They stay in the shelter for a month, right? And then they have to go, and then they go. Then they find another shelter that's for 3 months, and then they have to go, and then they might find another shelter for 6 months, right? Depending upon the program, and then they have to go. They keep going back and back around in this circle because it works like a situationship. They get their needs met, whatever needs they need to meet, and it's usually just a place to lay their head without violence. They need a place to sleep. They need a place to get some food because they run out of whatever money that they were getting. And so if they go to jail, if they go to prison, they can get a shower. They can get some food. They can probably get some new clothes. That's why a lot of people go into shelters too, who come in and out. Not the people who really need the shelter, but the people who go in and out because they need some water. They need some food. When I was in the shelter, I was at Salvation Army for less than 6 months, and there were some men who were sitting out on the median. It was grass, and and it was hot. It was real hot. They would lay out, and I found out that they got a disability check and everything, but they didn't go get a place, even a motel, and they were just sitting out. And then when they needed some water, they went into or used the restroom. They went into the shelter, drank from the fountain, the water fountain, use the restroom, uh, maybe wash their hands and return to the median. They return to outside, sitting down on the median. They did not go and pursue a job or anything like that. On Friday, they would go to the liquor store because I saw them do that too. They'll go to the liquor store, drink them something, probably be sleep or something like that, and then they do it all over again. And so sometimes people are just looking for a temporary solution to their current problem, but they're not going to really use it to find a better solution. They're just moving from thing to thing. They're just shelter hopping. They're just using the prison as something temporary until even think they're trying to do anything better. I just think they're just using it as a temporary band-aid. It's strange. Strange. All right, so now that you've gotten to the end, this is you can visit, subscribe, and follow. My website is reginawhyfavors.com. Then you can visit my YouTube channel, youtube.com// at Regina Y Favors. And then I have an author store, reginawhyfavorsauthor.com. I also have other types of websites as well. So thank you very much for listening.